Imagine being only 2 days old. The world hasn't even kissed your forehead properly. You've barely opened your eyes, and already someone decides that you shouldn't exist. This is the story of Danielle Hoyle, a proud new mother, and her tiny baby girl, Kennedy, a baby who never even made it past her second night of life. And at the center of this nightmare, a man named Brandon Isabelle, Danielle's boyfriend, Kennedy's father. Prosecutors say he didn't just unalive Danielle in cold blood. They say he threw his newborn daughter into the Mississippi River. And why? Because he wanted another woman. Meet Danielle. She was 27 years old, working at Federal Express in Memphis, Tennessee. By all accounts, she was excited to be a mom. Her mom, April Campbell, later testified that Danielle would text her constantly about baby Kennedy, the way new mothers do. She would say things like, "She's so beautiful," and "I can't believe she's mine."
April Campbell, APRIL CAMPBELL.
All right, April, you're Danielle Hoyle's mother, is that right?
Yes.
I'm going to take you back to January, February of 2022, and a little before that. Do you remember that time?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember how old Danielle was back then?
27. She was 2 months from 28.
She was 28.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember where she was working?
At Federal Express?
Federal Express?
Yes.
Did she have any kids?
Yes. She had 2 kids, Jariah and Kennedy.
Okay. And back then, how old was Jariah?
Jariah was 9.
All right. And you said also Kennedy?
Yes.
So she's working at FedEx. Do you remember when, and I know you don't remember exact date, but when she started to see Brandon Isabelle?
I don't remember the exact date. When I started hearing about him, it was like, I want to say maybe May of June of 21.
Okay. So early-ish in 21, at least when you found out about it.
Right.
Did you approve of her dating Brandon Isabelle?
I can't say, well, to be honest, no.
Okay.
After she told me about him, I just didn't like what she told me. I'm gonna just say that.
What did you learn about him?
That he was married.
Okay.
And I said, if he's married, how do you think he's gonna treat you? If he's not even treating his wife right, how is he gonna treat you right?
Okay. At some point during 2021, Danielle becomes pregnant, correct?
Right.
Do you remember when you learned about that?
I learned, I want to say in June or July.
How did Danielle, well, what did you learn, what were her feelings about that, or do you remember what she felt about her pregnancy?
She was excited about Kennedy. She sent me a picture of her ultrasound saying, "Mama, guess what they found? What they found?" And she was like, "They found a baby." I had to actually just look at the picture and see her name because I thought she was playing a joke on me. But she was really excited. Everybody was excited because we thought she wasn't going to have any more kids.
Was the whole family excited about it? And you have other sons and daughters, is that
Right.
How many do you have?
I had 9 total.
How many sons?
Got 5,
And
4 girls.
4 girls doing that. What do you remember about Brandon and Isabel's involvement with Danielle during the course of the pregnancy?
It was a minimal that I knew of. All I knew was my baby was going to work every day, coming home. We didn't really just talk about him. As long as she was happy and content, I was happy.
Was he coming by the house?
No.
Visit?
No.
I want to go to the 30th of January.
Right.
And we're in 2022 now, correct?
Right.
Do you remember that day?
Yeah, that day, it was just a normal day. We did a lot of running as far as getting stuff last minute for the baby, a little shopping and stuff. And later on that evening, she went into labor.
Is this late on January 30th?
Okay. She went into labor, and she couldn't drive. She said she couldn't walk. It hurt to walk, so we had to call the ambulance. And I told her I wanted to go with her, but she said Brandon wanted to be there, so she chose Brandon to go. It was COVID back then. Only one person could be in a room with you. He got to see her born. I got a picture in a million phone call.
Okay, tell us a little bit about that. You couldn't go up there because of COVID, and she wanted him there.
Right.
Tell us about the communication with your daughter while she was in hospital.
She just kept calling, asking what I was doing.
When Danielle was at the hospital, did she seem excited?
She did. She was happy. I think I got, I want to say 3, 4 pictures.
Okay. And without telling us what she said, you can tell us that. What was she communicating with you?
Yes.
I remember you telling me something, you were at work that day, is that right?
Uh-huh.
And did you get much work done that day?
No.
Why not?
Because she just kept calling and I wasn't gonna miss a call. I just wanted to see my grandbaby. Make sure she was good. And she was good at that time.
Okay. I want to take you now to a little fast forward. She brings Kennedy home at some point, correct?
Right.
Tell us about that.
It was me and all my kids. She never got to sit down. Everybody was just holding on her, playing with her. We got a few pictures with her. I got to feed her. I got to change her clothes. And then I had to, give her to somebody else because somebody else wanted it.
How long did you get to be with her? How long did you and your family get to be with Kennedy?
Maybe an hour at the most, a little over an hour.
I want to just take your time, April.
We got her for about an hour, and she was gone.
April, if you need a little time, we can take a little time, okay?
I'm good.
You okay?
But everybody that was there got the whole of that night and played with her for a minute.
I want to go back just a little bit, and because I meant to ask you, what were you guys doing, you and your family, in sort of preparation for Kennedy? Were you guys gathering and buying things?
Yeah, we had been buying stuff since she actually found out she was a girl. The day she found out she was having a girl, we actually started getting everything. The next week, car seats, strollers, bassinets, playpens, a bed, clothes, shoes, pampers. I mean, what all my daughter was getting, I was getting, friends was getting. She had, she has a lot of stuff. We still have her stuff.
So you guys are ready?
We were ready.
You said you had her for about an hour.
Right.
Why did she leave?
She told me,
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
What, did you learn anything about why she left?
yeah,
Withdrawn?
Oh, yes, ma'am, yes, I'm rewording it,
Thank you.
just, sorry.
yeah, she told me she was leaving.
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
Okay.
Did you learn why she was leaving?
Yes, to go see Brandon.
Okay. And did she tell you something that was a little,
Yes.
sort of story?
Yes.
Can you tell us what that was?
She told me she was taking Kennedy,
Your Honor, objection, hearsay.
wait,
Oh, okay. She was leaving to go see Brandon.
right.
Sustain the objection.
Sorry, Doug. Where did you learn that she was going?
To see Brandon.
What did you learn was the story that she gave you?
That she was taking Kennedy back to the hospital.
Okay, how did you feel about that?
I actually thought it was true because I had to do it before. Once me and my son made it home, the hospital called and said he should have never been discharged. So I had to take him back. So I didn't know it was a story. Had I known, maybe things would have been different.
Okay, but you felt it was plausible,
Right.
right? How did it go when Kennedy left? Do you remember, did one of your boys put her in the...
Yes, my son Cornelius took her to the car and strapped her in a car seat, and they left.
Is the car seat that she was in, is that the one that you guys bought her, or was it
Yes.
Danielle bought? Did y'all have her bundled up
Yes,
a little bit? Was it cold that night?
it was.
I'm gonna fast forward a little bit again. She's gone for a while, correct?
Right.
Did she call you at some point?
No, I actually called her. I
Okay.
gave her like, I want to say an hour, almost two,
Okay.
and I called. I asked.
What did you learn about?
She said, I'm
Objection, Your
here.
Honor, hearsay.
Tell us what you learned about where she was.
She was.
I'm sorry. Dave.
She just told me she was getting Kennedy out the car, and she said, Mom, I'm gonna call you right back. But I dozed off, and she never called. A couple of hours later, a police was pulling in the yard. I thought it was Danielle. So me and my boys were getting up to go help her get the baby out the car. But it was the police, and they were asking me who drove a Chevy Cruze and where was she? And I told them she was gone, she wasn't there. And they were like, they'll be back. And they left, and I actually tried to follow them, but we couldn't keep up. So I just started looking, because I started, at that time, I just panicked. I just started down, calling her phone. And I never got her answer. I called her like, I just kept calling her phone and I never got her answer. So the police came back a second time and they asked me to describe my daughter. So I described her, and then they were like, "You gotta go again." By that time, I just went to the precinct because we couldn't keep up with them. I went to the precinct on Rains. And when I got there, they locked me in the precinct.
Okay.
And
At some point, did you tell police who she was supposed to be with?
yes,
Was that early on? that you told him that? Or do you remember? And if you don't,
It was when I was at the precinct, so that was like the last part. So it wasn't early on.
I'm going to ask you, I'm going to show you a couple of eight photographs. And you said that you purchased some things for Kennedy, right?
Right.
And that y'all had sort of bundled her up or whatever for the night before she left.
Right.
You know, fast forward photograph and the defense counsel saying this morning. And let me know if you recognize that photograph and what you recognize it to be.
This is the hat I put on her that night before she left.
Okay. Did you buy that hat?
No, I think that was a gift from a coworker.
Okay. Yeah, if I could have this marked as, I think it would be exhibit 14, Judge. This is the hat that y'all put on Kennedy when she left to go see Brandon and Isabelle that
Yes.
night?
Yes,
The hat that was given to you by a coworker?
yes.
Okay, cool. Tell us what this is.
This car seat.
That car seat that y'all put Kennedy in
Yes,
when she went to meet Brandon and Isabelle that night?
yes.
So, you remember who took that photograph?
Yeah.
Okay, was that from your house when she came to visit you?
No, that's from the hospital. She was still at the hospital when she took that one.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you, you testified that you only got to see her for about an hour, right?
Right.
And when y'all put her in the car seat, your son put her in the car seat,
Mm-hmm.
how was she doing?
She was fine. She was still warm. I just didn't want her to leave.
And is that the last time that you saw her?
That was the last time we saw her.
Have you seen her since?
No.
Did y'all have a little memorial for her?
We did. That's Danielle. That's Danielle.
No. How was Danielle when she left that night with baby Kennedy to go meet Brandon and Isabelle?
She was happy. She always happy. You'll never get her mad. I mean, she the sweetest thing ever.
Did you ever see her again after she left that night with Brandon to go see Brandon and Isabelle?
No.
You guys had a funeral service for her?
Yes.
Thank you, Isabelle. No further questions, Judge. Oh, wait a minute.
Danielle wanted to raise her daughter, take care of her, and do it the right way. She was young, yes. Life wasn't perfect, but Kennedy was her reason to push forward. But while Danielle was daydreaming about bottles, cribs, and lullabies, Brandon and Isabelle had other plans.
That's fucking bullshit, bro. Everybody that did all that down through there. That baby wasn't here. I came here. Who did you tell? I didn't tell anybody.
Where did you leave the baby at, Brandon?
Where y'all just went?
Bullshit. Where'd you leave? Bullshit, Brandon. Where the fuck did you leave her?
Right where y'all just went. I came
Brandon, you a
here.
fucking lie. You a fucking lie. Where did you leave her at?
Down there, sir. You say y'all saw
Hey,
it.
where she at, Brandon?
You say y'all saw it through the cameras. I came here.
Where she at?
That location.
Where is she at?
She should be down there.
You threw your gun down there, right?
Yes, sir.
Where that baby at, Brandon? Where is your daughter at?
She should be down there. She not down there.
Son.
Where'd you leave that baby? Right there.
Listen to me, okay? Right now, you've already did unspeakable, okay? Now it's time to get it all out, right? Get it all out. Right here, right now. Okay? Right here, okay? Where's she at? Where's she at? The truth. Where's she at? Not right here, cause she not.
I came to this
Was she right there by the water?
Not
What you have on when you brought it?
When I have on right now.
No, sir. No,
You
sir.
have the mud on the.
Do you think she accidentally went in the water? Do you think she accidentally went in the water? Did you set her that close?
Sit the baby down, or did you just toss it? Let me toss it. I didn't do anything to hurt the baby. I sit it down and was the baby crying or she was asleep?
So look, that's the window behind you. See that camera right there?
Yes, sir.
So we want you to tell us the truth. We're giving you the opportunity to go ahead and tell the whole truth.
Come on, bro.
Because we've already looked at that. That's why we're asking you over and over. Okay.
Where the baby burned? I put it down there along the river. Did you put her in the water, Brandon? Brandon, did you put her in the water?
Do you think she accidentally fell in the water? Did the wind blow it over?
I didn't look at where she actually dropped it. So you just set the baby down and just turn it.
Where did you put her at, Brandon? Just be real.
If you put her in the water, we need to know. I didn't go down that far. I don't know if she got in the water.
How'd you get down there?
I won't.
At night.
At night.
I'm walking in daylight, and I can't just walk down here.
I stopped. I thought I stopped. Well, I'll show you when you walk down there where I stopped here. Hey, tell boys to walk to where them 2 sticks are.
J-Bo. J-Bo.
Tell him when to say stop when he started walking, okay?
I don't want too many people. Hey, J-Bo. Can you walk that way so he can point out where he stopped at?
Climb. Tell him to stop when he say stop. Brandon, we have got to find this child. We got to find this child. Stop.
No, sir.
Ain't no way.
No.
Where did he say stop? Where was he when he said stop?
By the sticks.
By that big,
Yeah, the one that was, I think, the second.
okay.
Sir.
Stop right there. Ain't
No,
no
sir.
way. Was the cars driving through here? I couldn't see it there. And you slid? How hard did you slide it? Like it's 295. So I slid it down there. I don't know if she went in the water or not. I slid it. Yeah, after I slid it.
You slid down the rocks?
Yeah, but after I slid it, I threw it again.
Let me ask you, did you put it on those rocks where an angle where it could have slid down?
I couldn't see it.
I'm just saying, when you put it down, could it have been at an angle where it slid down those rocks?
Could have been.
Could have been.
Possibly. I don't know. I wouldn't look. The chances are, because that's cobblestone if I'm not mistaken.
This is like 283.
If it's wet, it's going to be slick. So, since you say you slid it, there's a good chance that that baby slid on into that water. Just be honest, man. You don't know I don't know if she went into the water. I slid it, and then I threw it back, and I ran back on.
Are you guys still working with the babies in the car seat, or?
Yeah, right now we still thinking the baby's in the, he placed the baby out there in the car seat.
Okay.
Back it in the point to see. Brandon, did you do something to this baby? Sir. Did you do something to this baby, Brandon? Sir. Brandon. Because if you place the baby where you say you placed the baby, then we would have the baby, Brandon. We would have the baby. I don't know if she rolled. Brandon, what? Into the water. Brandon, if you place the baby where you say you placed the baby, we would have the baby, Brandon. Where did you place that baby, Brandon? Down there along the line. Did you put her in the water? I don't know if she went into the water. I didn't ask if she went into the water. I asked you, did you put her? Did you place that baby car seat in the water, Brandon? Where that woman is? Right, we know. Brandon. Do you see all of this? Do you see all of this? That's how important this is. That's a life.
What did she have on?
remember.
You don't remember. She have a hat on?
She had one, I think it flew off. I said she had one on, I think it flew off.
Before you got here or when you got here?
Before I got here.
So it was back there somewhere?
No,
Did you come through that healing
Son,
here?
what don't you understand?
Are you asking them about the hat because of the discovery of the hat?
That was Dabney asking about the hat, Sergeant Dabney.
Okay.
It was time to bring the hat into play.
Okay.
Come on.
So she had something on her head. Brandon, help us find this child.
We got that. Okay. We need to know. Could it have been when you slid that thing down that that baby went in that water so we can find this baby in this water, okay?
It's a possibility. It's a possibility.
What's a strong possibility? Is it a strong possibility?
You know percentages. Give me the percentage. 70-30 that she went in the water. Then I threw the gun and I took off.
Did you throw the gun in the water? Did you throw it or toss it?
I'm sorry, can I get out of here again?
Threw. How far did you toss to see where it made, what direction you threw it in? Mm-hmm. That way? So in no time was the baby crying?
She was asleep.
Brandon was 28 years old. Outwardly, he looked like any other guy you'd pass at a gas station. Hoodie, sneakers, a regular Memphis dude. But underneath, he was juggling lies. He had a wife he was separated from. He had Danielle, who he had just had a baby with. And he had Artesha Stewart, another woman he was trying to keep happy. Artesha also worked at Federal Express, the same place as Danielle. And yes, she did know Danielle. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds like a bad episode of Maury. But Maury usually ends with, "You are the father." This case, it ends with red rum. There were text messages from Brandon that showed his mindset. One text message said, "I don't want this baby." Another text message said, "I can't be a dad right now." He was more worried about keeping Artesha than raising Kennedy, his own daughter, his own flesh and blood. And here's the kicker. Artesha later testified that she wanted a paternity test right after Kennedy was born. She wanted proof of who the father really was. So you've got Danielle celebrating her newborn, Artesha demanding a DNA test, and Brandon, a man split in 3 directions, refusing responsibility in all 3 of them. So naturally, Danielle and Artesha clashed. They sent heated text messages back and forth, calling each other names, confronting each other about Brandon. Danielle basically saying, he just had a baby with me, right? Artesha firing back, "I don't care. He's with me now." Imagine that. You just gave birth, and 2 days later, you're still having to fight another woman for your baby's father's attention. And Brandon? Oh, he loved it. He would break up with Artesha, then beg her back. He'd keep Danielle hanging on. Classic toxic triangle. And let's be real. It's always the woman who ends up paying the price in these fatal love triangle situations. February 1st, 2022. This is the day everything snapped. Danielle left home with Kennedy in her car seat. Kennedy barely 2 days old. She told her mom she was going to meet Brandon. Surveillance cameras and license plate readers later confirmed the car's movements. That night, police found Danielle's car abandoned near Levy and Sedgwick in Whitehaven. The window was shattered, blood on the ground. Nearby, officers found Danielle shot in the head, 2 shell casings at the scene, a mother executed, but Kennedy, she was gone. When police questioned Brandon, prosecutors say he confessed. He allegedly told them 1. He shot Danielle. 2. Then he took baby Kennedy. And 3. Drove to Mud Island by the Mississippi River. And he threw both the gun and his daughter into the water.
It was the morning of February 2nd, 2022. Cold, bleak. Mud Island, where the Wolf River meets the Mississippi, was colorless. Shades of gray and brown, except for a small baby cat, so out of place, lying on the riverbank. The only indication of what the defendant, Brandon Isabelle, did mere hours earlier. Danielle Hoyle was 27 years old, and she worked at FedEx. That's where she met the defendant, a meeting that would change the course of her life and so many others forever. They had a brief sexual relationship, and Danielle got pregnant with Kennedy. The defendant then started dating another woman, Artesha Stewart. She also worked at FedEx. To the defendant, she was the perfect woman. He wanted to be with Artesha, and he'd do anything to keep her. Late the night of January 30th of 2022, the defendant received word that Danielle was in labor at Regional 1. He went to the hospital, and during those late night hours and early morning hours, he was texting Artesha. Their relationship had been on the rocks for a while. Artesha didn't want to deal with another child or another baby mama in the mix. And so they were going back and forth. Artesha was talking about ending things, breaking up, and the defendant was trying to convince her to stick with the relationship. In the midst of these text messages, in the wee hours of January 31st, 2022, baby Kennedy Caitlin Hoyle, was born. Later that morning, the defendant met up with Artesha at Mud Island by the river to talk about the relationship, and nothing was resolved. Fast forward to February 1st of 2022. Danielle's released from the hospital with her precious newborn daughter, Kennedy. She takes the baby home to meet her family, and her mother, April Campbell, gets to spend one precious hour with Kennedy. She didn't know that that was the only time she would get to spend with her granddaughter, and the last time that she would see her daughter Danielle alive. Danielle left that night in her Chevy Cruze. She had Kennedy in her car seat in the back seat, and she was going to meet the defendant. He said that he had baby clothes for her, and so they met at a Matco on Brooks and Elvis Presley. Somehow, the defendant convinced Danielle to drive down Sedgwick Road where it meets Levi, a desolate, deserted, dark road. Danielle pulled to the side of the road, parked the wrong way. The defendant exited his vehicle, opened the passenger door, and fired 5 shots into Danielle's car, striking her in the face and the head. He dragged her body from the car, leaving her face down in a ditch, so dark that all that could be seen were Danielle's bright pink shoes. He took Kennedy in her car seat from Danielle's car, put her in his Chevy Malibu, and drove away from the scene, leaving Danielle face down, blood gushing from her head in the muddy rainwater. For a while, the defendant drove around with little Kennedy. He eventually made his way back to 8072 Lathbury in Cordova, which is where he lived with his parents. He went inside the house, changed clothes, put his Adidas slides in the trunk of his car, and got back in the Chevy Malibu. Kennedy was still in the car, not even 2 days old. He had one more problem to take care of. He drove to Mud Island. Real-time crime center cameras show his car going up and down Island Drive until he finally stops at the old boat ramp where the mouth of the Wolf River and the Mississippi meet. He took Kennedy from her car seat, grabbed her by the leg, and threw her into the cold, dark water, not realizing that her little baby cap had fallen from her head and lay resting on the riverbank. He got back into his car, and during this night, he's still texting with Artesha. And his phone, the GPS is on, and it's tracking everywhere he goes. A silent witness to a murderous night. He continues on to Walgreens, where he buys gifts for Artesha. He sits in the parking lot, and he texts Danielle, asking about the baby, knowing that she'll never answer. To cover his tracks. Meanwhile, Officer Cody Sutton with the Memphis Police Department is on routine patrol. He's out of the Rains precinct, patrolling South Memphis, and he drives down Sedgwick Road. He knows the area. It's an area that commonly stolen cars are left. And so when he pulls up, he doesn't think anything of it. He sees a Chevy Cruze parked on the wrong side of the road. It looks like it has a shattered window, so he runs the tag. It's dark and raining, and the tag comes back to Danielle Hoyle. So he sends officers to Danielle's home, thinking they're investigating a stolen vehicle. When they arrive, Danielle's not there. They encounter her mother, April Campbell. April informs the officers that Danielle left earlier that night to see her baby's father, that she had a newborn with her, and they hadn't heard from her and didn't know where she was. Meanwhile, Officer Sutton is still on the scene at Sedgwick. He gets out of his vehicle to take a closer look, and he finds the gruesome discovery of Danielle's body. Now, at this point, the Memphis Police Department is starting to realize the gravity of missing Kennedy. Officer Sutton looked around. He found no baby. He found no car seat. Just a bag, a baby bag, with the name Kennedy in the Chevy Cruze to show that she was ever there. A city watch goes out. While this is starting to happen, the defendant has another stop to make. He drives to Walmart on Elvis Presley. He then pulls to the back of the Walmart and drops Kennedy's car seat next to a locked dumpster. And that car seat is later found by a Good Samaritan and Officer Robert Blake. He's still texting with Artesha. She finally relents and says he can come over. He beats her home to 5061 Stacy Road. She pulls up in her Kia Soul, and she can't even make it in her door before the defendant is jumping into her car, telling her that they need to leave. Danielle's family is out looking for him. They want to know where Danielle and the baby are. So Artesha drives him back to 8072 Lathbury in Cordova. That's where the defendant and Artesha Stewart are detained by the Memphis Police Department. Sergeants Wimbush and Boyd, with homicide, began to question the defendant. And through that questioning, it becomes apparent that they need to go to Mud Island. And so a frantic search begins for baby Kennedy on Mud Island. The Braden dive team, with divers Hunter Winfrey and Kyle Borland, the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency with Agent Andy Tweed, numerous MPD officers on the ground, air support, a helicopter, a drone, looking for baby Kennedy. But they didn't find her. All they found was that baby cat on the riverbank. As Sergeant Boyd and Wimbush continued to speak with the defendant, more information came to light. Sergeant Fowler and Officer Cole went to 5061 Stacy Road, Artesha Stewart's home. That's where the defendant had left his car, the white Chevy Malibu. They searched the car, and in the trunk of the vehicle, they found the Adidas slides that the defendant was wearing. Officer Carlisle took the clothing that the defendant was in when he was taken into custody. And he noticed that the defendant was wearing a pair of white socks with what looked to be blood on them. Officer Carlisle, the crime scene, processed both the Adidas slides and those white socks and used a presumptive test, which indicated blood. Those two items were then sent to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation for DNA testing. Agent Stephen Walzak did the testing on those items and determined that the blood on the socks and the Adidas slides belonged to Danielle Hoyle. Ladies and gentlemen, once you've heard all the proof in this case, the witness accounts, the DNA, the video, once you have heard all the evidence, the state will ask that you find the defendant guilty of each and every count of the indictment.
For days, helicopters, drones, and dive teams searched the river. Nothing. To this day, little baby Kennedy's body has never been recovered. While all of this was unfolding, where was Artesha? She testified that Brandon texted her from a Walgreens that night. He came to her house and he was acting strange, nervous, constantly on his phone. Artesha says she felt threatened. She got a message that simply said, "Hey, bitch." She didn't know who it was from, but she armed herself with a gun and a baseball bat. She later went to Brandon's house, and from there, police took her to homicide. She gave them her phone, handed it over willingly. Her phone logs and texts helped prosecutors lock in a timeline. And prosecutors argue Brandon's motive was simple. He wanted to keep Artesha. He wanted out of Danielle's life, and he definitely didn't want little baby girl Kennedy. Let's fast forward to September 2025. Brandon Isabelle is currently on trial. There's a jury of 15 people, 10 women, and 5 men. The prosecution says they'll call 30 witnesses. The defense, they're clinging to the quote, "nobody, no crime," end quote, for Kennedy. The state's case, digital evidence from Danielle's Apple Watch. Plate readers catching Brandon's car near Mud Island. Forensic evidence from the scene. And witness testimony, including Artesha and Danielle's mother. Day 1 was opening statements. Prosecutors told the jury Brandon's motives were crystal clear. He wanted to be with Artesha, free of Danielle, free of Kennedy. By day 2, Danielle's mom, April Campbell, testified. She broke down, describing Danielle's joy as a new mom. She begged the jury to see Danielle and Kennedy as more than just the name of people in a case file. But the defense, they told jurors, don't be swayed by emotion. Remember, Kennedy's body was never found. Don't assume guilt without proof. And that is the battle that's currently playing out in court right now in real time. Let's zoom it on out. Violence against pregnant women is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. Think about that. Not disease, not accidents, violence. Newborns are silent victims of domestic violence. They can't cry for help. They can't run away. Danielle wanted life. Kennedy deserved life. Instead, the Mississippi River holds all their secrets. And now it's up to 15 strangers in a jury box to decide whether Brandon Isabelle will spend his life behind bars or walk away. For Danielle and for little baby Kennedy, there's a baby who will never, ever see her third sunrise or sunset.